McClung is the headliner for the Orlando Magic this weekend during All-Star Weekend. He will be in the dunk contest tonight, and he was in the Rising Stars games yesterday. So we're going to be talking about his performance, what he ended up doing, as well as we have a couple other representatives that I also wanted to talk about, being Silva and Anthony Black. But this video focusing on the G League superstar, the Osceola Magic MVP, McClung, and what he did last night, and also looking ahead to, will he ever end up being on this Orlando Magic active roster? But first, guys, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. This is Magic Digest. I'm coming out with daily Orlando Magic content, or just about. Join the 25% of you who are watching regularly and are subscribed. That is the easiest and best way to help out the channel. And we're trying to build an Orlando Magic basketball community here on YouTube. Okay, let's get into how McClung played last night. Now, it wasn't anything too crazy. It wasn't like what we had potentially seen from him in the last handful of years in the Rising Stars Challenge. But it was a little different this year. Obviously, there was a bit of a round-robin tournament. You had to win your first game to make it into the next game. McClung did not play in this second game, but his team did win the first game, and he was a part of that. Now, he wasn't a gigantic part of it, but his team was able to still win. As you can see, McClung in the middle there, he had 5 points, a couple of nice assists, a couple of nice buckets, and he was very involved in the offense, got plenty of play time. And overall, when you see the G League team win, you're kind of rooting for them. They are the sort of underdogs, and that was obviously a great story. McClung was the headline. I get some people being tired of him, tired about talking about him. I did see he was getting a fair amount of hate. But I think at the end of the day, you just got to root for the guys from the G League, in my honest opinion, unless you have, a favorite player on another team when it comes to the Rising Stars, just because, obviously, Silva and Anthony Black were on the other teams, but it's nice to see them because they're going to try to take that opportunity, and they're going to play some good basketball. They're going to play some hard basketball. They're going to actually compete, and that is probably the only prerequisite to rooting for anybody in the All-Star game. He did have a quote yesterday, or this could have been a couple days ago, but just playing for Jeremy Lin. Jeremy Lin obviously very famously played in the D League at the time before he came up and into the NBA and became a starter/role player for most of his career. Guys like us, he's obviously referring to the G League team. Being prepared is every day. Your shot might come whenever. I'm honored to be around him. This is just talking about playing for Jeremy Lin, the legend, and that was really cool to just hear. So, if he's getting a little bit of hate, that the NBA is defrosting him from, wherever he stays, right? Because people don't really pay attention to the G League too much, before he comes out to saving the dunk contest or playing in the Rising Stars game or just overall contributing to the general media buzz in the All-Star game. People are going to say that he's saying also too at the same time. He's just ready for an opportunity. Of course he's going to say yes to playing in the Rising Stars game. Of course he's going to say yes to being in the dunk contest. And that is still something I think that is admirable to see. And if you're the Orlando Magic, you know that you got him in your back pocket to say, he's going to come up and he's going to play some good basketball. And I think he's a really good addition to this team. I said this over the summer. I don't think now that we're going to see him because he didn't come up when this team was really, really hurt. And now after the All-Star break, I think Jalen Suggs is going to come back into the lineup and be healthy. But always great to just see him. Maybe another team will snag him and probably use him properly. But that was great. He had a fairly decent performance, like I said, but nothing crazy. Now, in the G League, if you've been unaware, he has been balling. I would really say that he's been amazing in the G League, one of the better G League players, but there still is that gap between the G League and the NBA, so I get why he's not up completely, but I think he won the MVP last year in the G League, won the Osceola Magic championship, and has been an electric scorer for the Osceola Magic for the last handful of years, and this season is no different. He had a career high the other night, I believe, with 39 points, so he's definitely continuing to try to improve his game and show, hey, look, I can continue to impress. I can continue to play extremely good basketball to the point of, hey, maybe you end up taking him and bringing him up. But we'll have to see. Now, looking ahead to tonight, he obviously is here to save the dunk contest. I saw a lot of different comments on Twitter and stuff like that about, hey, well, I don't want the Mac McClung to be in the dunk contest. Well, guess what? Nobody else wants to be in the dunk contest. Mac McClung is essentially just doing this for like a money thing, and he's an amazing dunker. So why wouldn't he do it? So I hate to see all the hate that he's getting from that. He's box office. He's going to bring some people's eyes to this dunk contest to say, hey, can they finally beat this G Leaguer? Can they finally beat this guy, right? That's what some other people are, some casuals might be thinking, because this guy's borderline NBA player, realistically, with the way that he can play. So he's going to bring some eyeballs, going to bring some fans in to see if the supposed NBA players who barely want to actually participate in the dunk contest can beat a guy who is a great dunker, good player, not in the NBA as of right now. I mean, they obviously pulled him up for a couple days, right around this time, but still. I saw a lot of hate about that, and I'm just thinking, like, well, whatever, right? Like, who cares at that point? He's got a brand, he's going to support it, but I digress. He's going to be in the dunk contest tonight. He's favored -190 is, I believe, the last odds that I saw right before this video. Could be getting him into less than, he's a pretty heavy favorite right now, but he's not as heavy as he had been in the last handful of years as far as the favorite is, the odds and the favorite odds are concerned. So we could see maybe there's a little bit of the judges kind of giving him a harder time because he is going for a three-peat, which I don't believe it's been done before, if I can remember correctly. I don't even think even those Nate Robinson, Dwight Howard duels, I don't think anybody's ever done this for 3 straight. So that could be something. Somebody could end up, like D Wade giving a crazy score or something along those lines of just like completely messing up the scoring, could end up costing him. But we'll end up having to see what happens tonight. Obviously rooting for him, in my opinion, because why not? One of Magic's own, so you got to do that. All right, let's get into how the other players ended up playing, because there were a couple other Magic players that are a part of this All-Star Weekend festivities. And no, it's not Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner, unfortunately, but it's Tristan, Silva, and Anthony Black. Silva scored 5 points in his Rising Stars debut. Not a crazy game from him either, and Anthony Black obviously played as well. He had 4 points and 4 assists. Those guys look pretty sharp. It was nice to see them out there. That's pretty much all that I can really say about that, because I don't think it's the greatest thing ever or the most prideful thing ever to have a couple rising stars. I think it's decent, but I focused on all-stars, playoffs, stuff like that, but it was good to see those guys out there, especially since De Silva was an actual rookie, and don't want to have any slight to any accomplishments. But I'm sure those guys will be the first to tell you, looking ahead to what the second half of the season will end up bringing them, because they want to be contributors in the playoffs. Anthony Black was not that last year. Tristan Silva obviously wasn't here last year. Both of them, well, I would assume, should be in the rotation come the first round of the playoffs. So we'll obviously have to see how that ends up going. But that's all the time I got for you guys today. All that I'm talking about. A little less news going on during the All-Star break. So obviously just fun to talk about Mac McClung and what he could potentially end up doing. I'll probably end up making a video too on whether or not he wins that dunk contest tonight, but we'll just have to wait and see. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Always get some great conversation just about how Mac McClung is doing, because it's very interesting that he is so successful in the G League yet hasn't really even gotten the chance with this Magic team. It's different if he got brought up and wasn't all that great, but he hasn't really gotten a ton of chances. I know a lot of people say defense and stuff like that. I don't know. I think he could potentially defend at the next level, but if he doesn't fit the roster and how they want to play, then they'll just stick him down in the G League. That's according to Jamahl Mosley. And Mosley we do trust. But let me know what you guys think about his situation in the comment section down below, and I will see you guys next time with more Orlando Magic basketball content.